What's poppin', people? So for accountability reasons and for my journey still, I was like, if I lose a trade, I'm not streaming. If I win it, then I am streaming. But with what I just saw and the price of what happened at 12:30, I already consider this a winning trade, as you can see as I scaled up. So we're gonna win this one and then go into Forex pairs as well. I'm gonna head to the restroom real quick. Once I get back, I'll kind of explain the reasoning behind all of this nonsense. Real quick, if you guys know what this is, throw in the chat. Let me real quick first pop up the chats. All three of them, because we're not playing. 12:30 just hit. We're gonna get that pull to liquidity and then up. Let's get these chats popped up real quick first. Alrighty, stream's looking good. Good connection. Just looking real quick. Alrighty. Almost done. I had to check. I don't have the stream previews down here anymore, just for I can prioritize the chat. So I just checked it. Alrighty. Before I head to the restroom, like I said, 12:30 hit. So rise 12:30 hit, we've seen a little bit of sell pressure, but all that is just the whales trying to fill their orders, so they have to push it down to stop people out to fill the orders. So let me draw a line of kind of like what I'm seeing. Kind of seeing like this touch of equilibrium, a reaction about to 0.5 Fibonacci, but creating a fair value gap. Then right here, very small reaction, and then breakout, retest. Of course, we're not going to get all the way through here by the time I'm back, but alrighty, I'll be right back. Hold up right quick. As I was walking away, I saw this in the corner of my eye. Look at this fucking huge buy up from the grab liquidity equilibrium. So we're going to even see it go up faster than my line's placed, I believe. Alrighty, them keybinds are fire. I got one keybind in it. Takes my camera off and my microphone and puts the text up. Alright, but yeah, I spoke too soon so far from what it looks like, because you initially look at this, you're like, oh, we swipe liquidity. Nope, liquidity lies above highs. So if we were to see like sell side liquidity, it's going to have to lie above these. So that's why that's not valid. My bad, y'all. I was doing this. Probably looks goofy, but I was doing this last night. It helps to keep the mic away from the computer fan. See? As said, as expected. Yeah, like walking out from the bathroom, I saw that, and I'm like, if you're not seeing this, it looks like a swipe of liquidity by how it literally filled back down, but it's not. Like I said, liquidity lies above and below. We're about to get this shit jumping. It's about to look like a fucking circus up in this bitch. How you guys doing? So like I was just speaking of liquidity, we have this sell-off right here because highs has highest resistance, like right here, broke out. Liquidity sweep happened above the resistance. Look at that, guys. My line actually was to a T. Right here, right here, right here, and then I sell down. No, it wasn't to a T exactly, but this is usually how it would go, but this could be fundamentally driven. Speaking of fundamentals, not much going on, but we have CPIs for odd. But guys, look what's going on this Friday. Actually, if anybody can, without looking it up, like, tell me what's going to happen this Friday as far as news, I'll moderate you. I'll come back to that in 10 minutes. My screen, my background, my, how the fuck I forget? My canvas, before I even, my canvas is usually black. I have it white right now because my streaming light I left at my buddy's, and I'm using the screen as like a streaming light within itself. I had to drink some of this damn water. My stomach hurt, man. Watching this damn chart. There's something in my motherfucking water. Nope. But only thing I could have done differently on this trade was the same thing I did wrong last week. It was still a winning trade, but with last week, we had another gap to fill. I hit this sell, and I have screenshots if you guys are diving in as well. Classic swipe of liquidity, and that's where I entered. It was before this. Yeah, here's the 1 hour. So my game plan is once we take profit on these, we're going to the downside for this gap that I already had circled. But this was Sunday right here. Sunday market opened. I had this gap circled and an arrow to it indicating we're going to fill it. It took till Wednesday, and you can check the dates. I already just know because I study this shit, but it took till Wednesday to fill. with that being said, I went just on market open on Sunday to have the gap filled. I entered right about here, this area of liquidity. And what I should have done was wait for right here the actual swipe liquidity, which was below the support. Once you have that bearish sentiment, that bullish sentiment, and then once you see it break below that support, and you see the change of market structure within a area like outside of that support, that's time to buy. It's almost the opposite. Like when you first start trading, you're like, oh, I get a break of resistance, it's time to buy. It's damn near trading liquidity. It's pretty much the opposite, damn near. But you have to have your overall market bias in order for all of this to come together. Strong reversal. Strong reversal. I'm going to de-risk on this little guy right here because I don't believe it's... I guarantee we're retesting a 0.5 Fibonacci somewhere, which is what we're doing. If we go to the 15 minute, go like this, draw in your 0.5 fib. The text on it was white because I have a black background usually, but look, 50% range, what are we doing? Testing the fib again. That's all. Or testing equilibrium, whatever you want to call it. It's all the same thing. Equilibrium, 0.5 fib. See. And look what happened already. I tested the 0.5 fib. What I believe what we're seeing is pre-market manipulation. And liquidity is like big time, usually a form of manipulation. I'm at liquidity sweeps, because liquidity within itself is just lying orders. See, and this is how it gets people. Everyone and their mama is going in on sells now. If it doesn't support the 0.5 fib, that's no biggie, don't trip, because we can also see what's right here. An area of strong reaction. And where does that area of strong reaction lie? Outside of current support. So what that's going to do to people is they'll start going in for sells. Going in for buys at some point as well, because they'll see it approaching this line. Oh, sorry, I got flipped around. They'll be going in for sells because they saw it break below this line, but we're going to see a push up off of this line, which would stop them out. Also, I'm going to go like this. I even show stream it. There was this Bitcoin bot signal as an indicator that, I just threw a bunch of words out there. It's a buy signal. And with this, I used it for Confluence, and earlier, like, I perfectly called this right here, swear to God. It's not saved in here because it was way earlier, but this Hanyak right here, shout out to GTR, was swearing it's going to go up, and look, what do we see? Even before this set short. And before, when we were about right here, I said TP is 92,700. You may ask why. And guess what happened though? 92,800. Close enough. We're talking within a range, so usually I put my take profit a bit above the liquidity to compensate for any fair value gaps. So I'll show you why my target was there and why it hit that target exactly. So with Bitcoin, we're consolidating currently between 92,000, I'm at 90,000 to 95,000. It's area consolidations, so check it out. 30-minute, oh, we got, okay. I was right the first one I said 92 to 95, which is perfect, right? Earlier, we were right here when I joined that live session when I was saying longs. What did I see? Saturday, I saw a breakout of this price wedge. Retest to it. Okay. That was a short a hit. Took profits right here because of his previous resistance. Then I was waiting for some swipe of liquidity to this area above these highs. Bam, what did we get? Beautiful swipe of liquidity right here. After that, I entered in on a sell. Take profit was down here because if I look, we had this area proved as a support. More importantly, we had area grab down to this support, which was previous day lows. So I placed this line here and I said 92,700, which look at that. Exactly to it, better than I even expected, to be honest. So I ended up leaving at that area due to the Forex markets opening. And the US dollar was looking pretty bearish. So the US dollar has an inverse correlation with Bitcoin. So if the US dollar is looking bearish, Bitcoin can be looking bullish. But most importantly, my target. And if you're in Bitcoin at all right now, I would take profits. If you entered in on a buy at 92, not telling you what to do, but personally, I would take profits. All we're having on the 30-minute is reactions within the 50% range. Take profits. If we see price bounce up around here, jump back in. We're looking for price to come back down here and then continue up. Because look what happened last time. Okay, reaction from the zone, right? Which would be this inverse. So think about it backwards. So reaction off of this zone, 50% range. Reaction off of this zone, 50% range. This is where we're sitting. Retrace the area bounced off of, then that direction, right? Reaction, 50% range. Retrace to that area of liquidity, then head up. It's literally these two, but mirrored. So that's how I'm looking at it. So if that's free game, if you're in any Bitcoin trades, I would take profits now if you bought. Wait for a retrace to 92.7 to be safe due to fair value gaps, which can happen, like right here. I would go 93,000, jump back in if it doesn't support here. But if we see a break below this line, I would target 91,000, which is the next area of liquidity that we can sweep to. Areas of liquidity are just magnets to the market. But I was going to go like this. I'm going to post, they want me to post my stream link in those comments, so that way they can watch. Because I kept doing some good calls in there, and they all kept thinking I was wrong until it really, right here, until we really pushed into my direction and exactly where I said. And there's a bunch of Hanyaks in here saying 90,000, 80,000, 69,000. Round psychological numbers are only valid to an extent. When you have previous lows like at 92 and not 90, that's for reasons, because you fuckers are going to sit there and put it at 90 and it won't get taken. And then you guys would have been looking funny if you entered in right here. You would have literally been at break even right now. Like, oh, I should have took profits here. Why'd it turn around? Well, don't worry. It's going to head back down to 92,733. Like I said, 93 is where I'd enter to call it safe to compensate for a fair value gap, which is possible. Enough of Bitcoin. All right. Yo. So real quick, anybody through that in that Bitcoin signals thing. So anybody joining for Bitcoin, I'm going to do an analysis real quick on Bitcoin. So as I called earlier in that stream, the robot was saying longs. I was like, no, we're going to shorts because we had right here a take of liquidity. This trade earlier that weekend was one because we had to break out the price wedge. Well, we're trading between 92,000 and 95 right now. So don't expect anywhere further either way. Well, that being said, bam, earlier my target was perfectly hit, right? So if you're looking to long this, which is my bias, or if you're in a long in profit, take the profits. We're testing equilibrium. Let it retrace down to 93, then go long. This person don't even know how to spell. Look what I'll do, I'll troll him. This is that fucker earlier that was like having people lose money. Like respectfully, this person is, he got reported by a bunch of people earlier, but he is straight up telling people what to do, which is, for one, not what we do. We aren't financial advisors here. We just tell you what we're doing. So he said no links, so I was placed in timeout. Placed in timeout, so everybody give that a dislike on the stream, straight up. Like, I'm in here trying to help people out and keep people from losing money, and yeah. I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna do misinformation one more time. And that's not even, we're not wrong on that, but yeah. Since they're a bunch of lames in crypto, we're not gonna watch that. Alright, what I'm seeing right here is pretty valid. So we have this support, right? We have a break of that support. We have liquidity lying within this range. It's not exact all the time, but within this range. We saw price come straight down, touch liquidity, buy up, passing the 0.5 fib, and now this has like a 80% chance of going and continuing. Okay, I'm gonna throw a little more risk back in the market because what I'm seeing is valid. Let's wait for break and retest of this area, and a lot of. We may not even get that because look what time's going. It's about to be 100% pre-market now. We want to be careful for any pre-market manipulation, which I think already happened here. Yeah, guys, be sure to turn your stream quality up all the way because we have this bitch popping at max quality. Also, let's overclock this bitch. You guys can also overclock your monitors, so if you guys are wondering how to do so, I can teach you sometime. Right here. It's only 165, and the bigger one is only 144 hertz, but I can push it to 160. I'll post like my weekly bias in the chats. Oh, we have 1 o'clock hitting right now. I'm thinking it's gonna pour this area, take off at 1 o'clock. Bam, 1 o'clock. Just like that. Just like that, scaled back in. We have to be careful because it could be grabbing liquidity right here. So if we see this candle close, bull, I'm like 100% chance at that point we're going up. Hey, see if you guys just would have entered in on that signal I just threw out. Would have been eating already. Like I said, we gotta be careful. If we see strong like reverse off of this area, we're gone. Oh, beautiful. Now look at my lines I placed in. It's not to the exact T, but the science behind it is in the right ballpark. Essentially, this retrace that we had right here already happened right here. So I could go like this. Honestly. If you guys want to learn how to set up a broker, I can show you right now live. If you have any questions, I could get you to join the stream too to ask me any. Look at that. I'm not going to enter anymore. See, look what we also had. Beautiful example. I hope you guys pick this up. Beautiful example of the 0.5 fib. Bam. Fair value gap. Bam. Look at that, guys. Hey, real quick, I'm going to post a stream on my socials. Join if you guys want to learn to trade. You can ask any questions, I'll answer them, and you can even join the stream in a call if you want. Real quick, sorry guys, I'm gonna switch my fucking names of the stream over. I had to switch it over on YouTube, but I forgot to do on the others. Wow, look at this. Trade's going beautifully. Alright, real quick, I'm gonna switch these over. I still have it on fucking schedule one. I'm getting the name switched over real quick. Bam. You guys can see the trade's going magnificent. Tune in if you want to learn how to do this. I'm going to switch just the names over, and then after that I'll explain. Alright, I had that switched over. My apologies. Time to pop the chat back up real quick. Bam. Alright, we got the chest bumped out. Alright. can go like this too, so the fan ain't so loud. I'm not playing any games or nothing. Alright. So behind this move, my reasoning is this gap needs to and will get filled, as we're seeing. First area of interest, well, point of entry is high, low. Well, what happens to be equilibrium? Price tested equilibrium, creating relative equal lows, which would be a target for later. Right here on the 5 minute, we had price create a fair value gap, bullish fair value gap above equilibrium. So with that being said, we're going to at least fill this gap. If I'm seeing like a small reaction off of this resistance, I'll take profit, but I'm looking for this area right here, which happens to be perfectly at the 161%. I don't know why that was there, but yeah, that's my reasoning behind this one. We'll have back. Oh, keep in mind, guys, NFP week is this week, Friday. Oh. Non-farm payroll. So usually within NFP week, we're going to see some like loss of volume. So I'm not going to be trading terribly heavily this week. I had to plug in this damn vape, but also we'll caddy back to Bitcoin, because I've been on point with those signals lately. From what I see, between this range, right? Drop down your fib. Right now I'm being resisted within the 50% range. Well, I said 10 minutes ago, I said if you're going for longs, wait. We're going to see price get resisted, create a fair value gap around 93,400. If not, we can also take liquidity down here at 92.7, which happened on the upside. Look, breakthrough. We're right here, which we are right now, and we had to take of this liquidity, then down. And that could very well happen before upside. That's what I would do personally, unless we see a huge reversal around this area. But I would be looking for grab liquidity after some consolidation, and I'd re-enter at 92.733. Peep this, the lines I put down. Beautiful. I'll go like this too, so that way I can show you guys as it happens. Bitcoin, right? That's what I'm looking for. At most. Alright. Then from there, my second drawing would be where you would want to enter. See this? Target of 95. We'll come back to that to see how price does. And so far, it's pretty fucking cool because look, I put this line above this resistance for liquidity reasons, and we'll see that happen. The market's tricking people to buy, thinking that, and they're not wrong as far as it breaking out. It did break out, but what do we do right here? Bounced off of this. We didn't get the breakout. We have relative equal lows. But as far as this, the same thing's happening. Because look, yes, we broke out, but we grabbed liquidity from it. So, like I said, from this, I'm going to be looking to scale up even more. Around this area. And this year I've been learning to compensate for fair value gaps. And we'll put in a pending order. We'll teach you guys how to do a buy limit. So to do a buy limit, if you think the price is going to go within that area, then bounce back up and you want it to enter. And you can do this if like you're at like work or whatnot. Pop this up. Instead of a market execution, you'll click pending. From here, we have where we want to enter. Very simply, wow. Looks like we're going to cancel this for a minute because it looks like we're getting a very strong reaction off of that area. So we're not even going to get the retracement, it looks like. Wait, yeah, we are. So back to that. I'm not believing that we're going to get retracement. Like I said, I compensate for fair value gaps, so not here, about right here. Oh, we are getting continuation, so we'll cancel that. Oops, my bad, guys. I can drop the heater. Yeah, we'll cancel that and just, yep, guys, follow, throw a like, subscribe, something, because I'm calling these bitches like a fucking Indian doing scams. So I'm gonna still put this order in, I think. Now I'm gonna put the order in right here because if we get retraced to previous support, be an area of interest. So, all right, you look at your margin, $6 a margin to be used. So, we'll go with the 0.7 at this previous resistance, which is going to become new support. So we go like that. Now we have a pending order. With the pending order, as we'll see live, when price tests this old resistance, it'll enter me in the market automatically. If we even do, I didn't compensate for a fair value gap. Like I said earlier, it could be a thing. Either way, I'm right on the trade, and if we continue up, it's fine. If we continue to this area, I'll get it. So either way is fine for me. I'm okay to get filled more in the market and head up, or just head up. Tip that motherfucker over again. I'm gonna lift up my feet. Damn, that's harder than I thought it'd be. Move the motherfucker to the side so that way I ain't gotta sit here and pick this fucking thing up all the time. There we go. I have it resting against the desk. $10 till market open, till London. And this is what I do. I'm gonna place a timer for you guys so that way you guys can see on market open exactly what we're working with. Oh, that was the right one, sorry. I'm hitting select color and yeah, since the background, it's not changing color. Oh well. Well, I guess you'll see the timer slightly. Can go like this too. There. 7 more minutes till London open. That being said, since London's about to open, I'm going to take that market, that pending order out. have enough time to go and use the restroom really quick before we get market open, so I'll be right back. Yo, yo. Shout out to Trade Locker. I can get you guys hooked up on it if you want. It's pretty dope. When I was on the shitter, I managed to throw another position in right here because I like what I'm seeing on market open. I'm seeing no real manipulation. Hold up, guys. I am straight tripping. We don't get market open till 2. We add 30 more minutes onto that. Sorry about that. That's even better for me to see this at pre-market. I'm gonna grab that hoodie. That way I gotta hold the mic. Usually Sunday nights aren't like a big trading night for me, but I'm trying to get the profits up good during the week like now. I don't want to fuck around late NFP week. But yeah, thank God I have Trade Locker on my phone because I was able to enter in here as well. And they're all connected, so even when I changed the campus, it changed on my phone too. We want to be careful because if we see this get rejected strongly, this would just be an example of what I've been talking about. This area lies outside of the previous resistance, so we want to see it not react off of this zone. Because if it does, this could be a take of sell-side liquidity then to the downside. But pre-market manipulation is a thing, so since it's pre-market, I pretty much cancel all that out because it's trying to manipulate me. I'm gonna set take profit. I usually do like on the 15-minute if I'm scalping intraday. And a quick tip, guys, if you guys want to like make a quick set and take profit like this, copy. Let's use the hotkeys, Control A, all, Control C copies, and then Control V will paste it. Now the TP is in. AV, TP's in. So when we hit take profit, I'm running up very small accounts. Yes, I can deposit more. But what I've been doing is like a challenge on my accounts is just consistently running up very small accounts to prove. So we hit TP, we got 14. Here, like this. I can do math, but I'm more or less lazy with it. We have resources, let's use them. All right, 14. Plus, here, I'll put the calculator on the other screen since it wants to go away and I click down. 11 plus 9 plus, and these are baby numbers, but it's all about the percentage gain. So this is what we would get from literally $10. 5x profit, 500% gain. And my plan is we fill this gap. If we break out of this and properly retest, keyword properly retest, it's all about how it approaches it, then I will compound my position and we'll be looking at like 80 to 100 from 10. I'm looking to have at least 50 to roll into tomorrow market open, Monday New York open, and you guys should tune in for a challenge of $50 to $100 to $1,000. What do we got? We got pre-market manipulation, manipulating people into thinking this is the grab of liquidity, right? But it's not. Look, if it was, we would have seen very strong reaction from here and continue down, like so, right here. We would have seen very strong reaction, continue down. But since we have price right here, even better above it, man, that ain't no grab of liquidity. You're just tripping, B. Yeah, guys, follow along what I do, learn from me, and then carry on into this right here. And just show people what's up. It's fun to come down here and just prove them wrong, you know. I want all those micro wins. Yeah, this is the guy right here that's a prick. I bet you do want micro wins because that's all you get. Sorry, guys, I'm just pissed that I was leading people on the right. I'm literally helping people out in there, and dude's just a fucking idiot. So let's go like this while we have this going aside. Let's do let's do a small course. Doesn't entail much. What I've really been pushing on my channel is liquidity. That was the last thing that I learned until becoming profitable. So I'm gonna keep imprinting that in your head. If you're like new, like intermediate traders should be listening to what I'm saying. If like you're new, like try to grasp to what this is, but it's gonna be a little too intricate, to be honest. Not gonna lie. I'm gonna de-risk on that one. Take profits on that one, considering market's gonna open. And take profits on that one as well. Set a pending order to this area outside of support. Buy limit set. No, not one click. Might have to re-enter like right away, but we'll see. All right. Yeah. Yeah, since we'll go back to that, we'll go back to the course I'm going to teach on liquidity here in a minute, but we're live right now. So I scaled up due to this reaction right here and this huge fair value gap. So we'll start that the lesson up real quick. All right, liquidity. All right. Right here is NASDAQ on the daily time frame. Looking at NASDAQ on the daily time frame, we see that we grabbed liquidity right here, right? And what's liquidity? Liquidity within itself is just orders in the market. Check that out. Check that out. So essentially, liquidity lies above, swing liquidity lies above and below support and resistance. Trendline liquidity could be like right on it, and like relatively equal lows or relatively equal highs. With that being said, we had right here, huge sell-off. A big part was due to tariffs. Huge catalyst. Now what do we see? We see right here, people were going long in this area, thinking this would be a support. Well, within that time, we see price push down here. This is when I grab this, put it right down where we touched. What's right here? Liquidity. Liquidity lies here. To buy consolidation, we had price action off of it, and if we go way back, oh, this is the daily, so we don't, this is as far as, yeah, if we go way back, look exactly what we see. Beautiful. Strong consolidation. What does that mean? That means these things I showed you put together shows this is a strong area of liquidity. When we go down and sweep that liquidity below support, that shows a swing of buy-side liquidity. All right. So right now we're bullish overall on NASDAQ. My move right now, I'm trying to eat off of is the filling of that market open gap on top of where we at? Resistance. People are going to put in sells. Nope. We got to grab what? Liquidity. So if we're looking like a good swing target price would be right here, if not right here. TP1, TP2. I'm looking to scalp this right here, because I'm looking to jump into a different pair ASAP. It's just because even if we, like, let's say we do get a very strong swipe of liquidity above this area, and this is the daily, if we get a strong swipe of liquidity like above my TP, like above right here, if we get a draw liquidity right to this range, then change the market structure to the downside, then I'm shorting. Why? There's a gap to fill. This gap has got to fill. On top of that, we swipe liquidity down here. Swipe liquidity, touch equilibrium, right? I'd be looking for a short to equilibrium. So that is kind of like skimming on the top of just swing liquidity. There's much more to it. We got to be careful. It's still pre-market. We don't want to get pre-market manipulated. For the fatter position, hold on. Yeah, for the fatter position, yeah, I'm gonna stick to what I said. For the fatter position, we'll do take profit, strictly at them highs right here. All dependent on how price will react, which right now it's reacting very well. Honestly, off of that, I'm going to put TP at the exact TP as the other. only reason I changed my mind is because like the immediate price action right here. Huge fair value gap, fair value gap. Big bull indicators. I quite honestly, I think what I'm gonna do, yeah, definitely. I'm gonna go like this because there's usually takes the liquidity on market open. That's a big thing. We'll go like this. Oh, wrong one. I'm just adjusting take profit because where price is lying on market open is subjective. Yeah. Yeah, that's not really the best target. I would say like that. That's what I would say, to be honest. Which is really mostly initially what I had. Yeah, TV will be done for the night. Be like 7x the count, 700%. Sorry for like the whispering. I can't be loud. I got roommates up in this bitch. Look at that. Yep. It's a beautiful thing, guys. Hey, I appreciate the subscriber on YouTube. We just hit 210. Like I said earlier, this week was the best performance I've had on my YouTube since 2011. I was uploading when I was 11 and got like, let me see, I'll show you guys for proof. Made some cool videos when I was younger. I was making fireworks and shit, and dirt bike videos and subwoofer videos. Right here, 239,000 views. And I was sitting at 200 subscribers for like 5 years. And I was lacking because I told my YouTube that at 200, I'll start to daily upload. I said that at like 14 years old. But we're a little late, but we're here. And we actually have value for you guys. So I'll throw, in all the streams, I'm going to throw down the link for that. I would appreciate it. Because that's like my main push, guys. And the rest is just tell people out on other platforms as well. You guys get locked in now for free. And when I trade full time, it costs money for everybody but you guys. You have to follow and comment down your name, though. And from there, I'll put it in my notes. You guys will be locked in forever. Check out some analytics real quick. Damn, you guys have to give me some credit, man. I can only stream and perform and give you guys free courses, and right here we have 726 people viewed, and only 6% of the people are actually subscribing. So I'm not saying you need to get the value. You can sit here and get it for free, but in order to stay locked in my courses after I go full time, you have to follow, and I have to at least know who you are, and you'll be locked in as an OG. Sorry guys, I'm just looking, I'm trying to find, I shout out everybody who follows or subscribes, and I'm trying to find where the fuck I can find the list. Yeah, 82% of the folks that watch are not subscribed. So, come on, man, I'm fucking like this. Like, you guys could be eating off of this right now and learn how. And I'll continue to do that, you know. I give up on that. I was trying to find it. I had it popped up yesterday. Essentially, the fucking list of subscribers. It's like nowhere in here. Oh, there we go. Found it. They don't have their name in there when they subscribe, so I'm not able to shout them out. Regardless, appreciate the subscription. 210. Look at that, folks. Look at that, folks. We just scaled in more. Why, you may ask? Well, we have all of these fair value gaps. 5 minutes till London open. I can see this gap being filled. I'm also not going to be greedy on this. We're going to move TP. Where to? We'll move TP. Just to this area of liquidity. Right there. That's where I can see it grabbing and then continuing down. So I can enter back in as need be, but I'm not gonna fuck around with that shit. We're gonna make the money as it's there. In 5 minutes, guys, till market open. If you look down here, you can see the clock. I wasn't able to put the timer up. Real quick, guys, I'm gonna grab the YouTube link and put it on my socials. Sorry about that. Mic was out just for a second while I shared the link. Any questions or comments, throw them down. I'm here for it. Anybody here can get the course for free locked in. If you just follow, put your name down, I'll add you to the notes. Once I go full time, it's going to have a price to it. But not for anybody who gets locked in now. Market just opened, y'all. Let's see what happens. Yep. I'm looking for right here. Lies outside of resistance. Right here is proven to be an area of consolidation and reaction. We can very well easily see it go even further in our direction, but we're not going to fuck around with it. Market just opened. We got to be careful and see where we just swung to and if it's an area of liquidity. This is how you can spot out. This is how you can spot out like a sweep of liquidity, like early. So I have the line there. Let's see. Is it really valid liquidity? No. It's lying within all of these resistances. It's not. It's really not that far up either. Bam, look at that. Hope you guys are in on these trades as well. Make some free money and free education. Right here, we're really approaching that line hard. So then I come right here. Same exact TP as all the others. Since I'm ultimately looking at NAS to go to the downside, I just want one TP and relatively close for 1 to 3. Gotta be careful in this area because this could be a swing of liquidity, but in my opinion, it would be more valid if it lied above this. Nice, we got YouTube up to 5 likes. Appreciate it, guys. Every stream I have kind of like each platform compete with one another and see which one can do the best. So far, YouTube. And in the future, I'll have giveaways. So like I said, we gotta be careful because it could just be taking liquidity right here. In my opinion, no. And look, pre-market manipulation actually was right, like I thought. Right here, literally looks like a swipe of liquidity, but manipulated people into thinking that. We had this candle close out, filling this wick, so I'm invalidating that as well. We'll go like this, we'll close out that one down there, lock in some profits. And we might have to execute again, because it's looking like it touched 50% right here. Yep, like that. We need this candle to close out bullish. If it doesn't, I'm going to take out risk. We see this wick. We see the candles come up and invalidate it. And like, how strong is this really? It's not that strong. You can see some reaction, but candle close bullish, I'm staying. I'm gonna go like this too, guys. There's not too many folks in here, so it's not really important having that light. Something like this, way too bright. Appreciate it, YouTube. Almost all of the people who viewed it threw a like in, so I appreciate it. Yep. This candle closed bullish, so I stayed. Beautiful. Look at that, guys. We want to make sure, like I said, we don't get any reaction off of this zone. If we do, I'm out, which I'm going to de-risk right now. De-risk a little more. Yeah, de-risk a little more. Because we're over-leveraging this bitch. Yeah, this one's sitting at just $8, so we de-risk on that as well. now we're sitting at damn near break even. No big deal. Now what's going to hold me in the trades is this. So if you guys are like in this instance right now, this is what you would do. You go like this. What do we see? We see a breakout. What do we do? We do this. If it breaks below this area, we leave. If it stays within it, especially racks off it, we stay. I'm guessing we'll only see to this range. I'm liking this right here. What do we call this? We call this a hammerhead candle. And for like a live proof of it, look. Here, fuck that hammerhead candle right now. Hold up. Hey, I'm gonna throw this to my screen on the side so I can put it. Look. See? Risk is very high right now. $3 margin available. Can't forget about kick. Pop that bitch back up. Yo. I'm gonna turn up my audio too, because it's pretty low. I'm gonna turn up my audio too, because it's pretty low. Yo. Pretty low. Yo. There we go. It's more like it. Yo. There we go. It's more like it. Yo. The quality is up on it all the way, so it's more like it. Sorry for the fan in the background. The quality is up on it. Sorry for the fan in the background. Checking the preview. Made some adjustments. You may see this, and if you're like a support and resistance trader, you may be like, oh, why are you still in long? It bounced down. Bounced down on the 1 minute. What does that mean? That means about 1%. Not actually, but the 1 minute doesn't mean shit. 5 minute doesn't mean shit, but entries and exit. See? Now we're up in value. So, since I want to be able to afford margin to the 50% range, actually I can. Should be able to. Sorry guys, I'm just editing my layout. It says stream preview, but it's not even there, so. Oh well. Like this and editing kick. Bam, now I got the preview. Alright. Thank you, Fibonacci, for keeping me in the trade. Yeah, guys, I can deposit more if I wanted to, but I'm working with very small margin to over leverage and be very consistent. But if we go like this, all of this shit happens on every time frame. So what's happening right now is this. Within this push, we're having a push up from this 50%. See? Just like that. Hope that makes sense. If we don't respect that, we'll see a push up from this one, since it's higher time frame one. See? I was going to start the stream when I won this trade, but looks like we'll win the trade and then call it a night after that. Have the funds ready for New York Open. And like usually this could be a swipe of sell side liquidity to the downside, but look what's right here. Price is too close to this gap not to fill. And like literally 80-90% of the time that you see the gap and price go down and then head towards that gap, you're going to see it fill. It's the way it works. It's called a market open gap fill. Usually likes to happen Sundays. And that happens just from the market being closed and like the small data that has changed creates this much of a difference. Pretty much creates an offset in the market that has to stabilize out. So I stayed in the trade because we didn't break below 50% range. What we had was we had another Fibonacci retracement, smaller time frame. See, here to here, 50%. And it's pretty cool because since price like tapped into equilibrium right here, from this overall breakout, we're seeing just a huge bullish fair value gap from price touching equilibrium on the second push up. And if we hit TP by 3, we will analyze and do one more scalp before heading to bed. But if it takes longer, then we'll call it there. But it's limited on time. I got to be up for New York in the morning. Getting ready to scale up again. Comfortable with scaling up because we have this huge fair value gap. Let's do like an 8. And usually I start off on NAS Mini, but the Forex pairs I go on Forex Pro. But NAS Mini to run up the small account, and then I'll head to NAS regular. And break through here. If we break through it really bullish, I'll scale up even more. Now, when you guys are trading, just completely copy off of like what I'm doing. Like I'm feeling real good in my position, so what I do from here is this. We're checking for confluence. We already know like our sentiment, and we're in our trade, not going off of anything but our own sentiment. Then you take it over and see And it doesn't matter if people are agreeing or disagreeing with you. A lot of times you'll see people disagree with you and then end up losing. So here we are. This robot believes that price right here is going to sell down. See, they're about to get stopped out. Bam, see? See that's why you guys saw that live. That's why you never listen to these. You would have been on that sell and been like, oh, it didn't hit stop loss. Why the fuck they just switch over? See, you guys literally saw it live, like me being right over these bots. It was just saying a sell. Flip sentiment. If you see like something like that happen, added confirmation. That's you literally being ahead of everyone else. Price wants to fill this gap. Bam, we scaled back in. Now we're full port. Now you come here. Bam, like so. Yes, we can see price react off of this, but that's less likely than continuing up due to this fair value gap, due to price respecting equilibrium within this breakout. So for those reasons, the sellers right now should lose. That's why you don't trade trend lines. You see it approaching this line, you're going to be like, oh my God. Right here, you would have entered in a sell. Stopped. Then you'd probably enter in a sell again. Realistically, the most I can see, yeah, I can't even see price going down, to be honest. I was going to say we could retrace, but we already had that right here. Oops. Yeah, they're going to keep pushing price up. We already had a retracement right here. Yeah, we have a small wick, but what time frame? 1 minute, that don't mean nothing. Go to the 5. You're good. On the 5, we see this candle invalidating this wick. These wicks still have to get invalidated, which they will. Once we see breakout, we'll do a toke. You guys have any questions or comments, just throw them down. Or to the side, my bad. Depending on how you got it laid out in theater mode or not. Oops. That was light. God damn. She was loud as hell. Right here, 100% range, we could get some reaction, but I don't believe we'll get a full-on push down. We already did right here. And we did 2 successfully. This 0.5 fib, we maintained it. And right where we're at, if we see a break below here, I would de-risk, but for right now, I'm sitting on it. Now we created relative equal highs that act as a magnet as well. You can consider it liquidity on a very small time frame. Trend line liquidity to be exact. So created the relative equal highs. We'll go down to equilibrium in this zone again, and then we have the relative equal highs to then take out. Yeah, as per usual, anybody who follows or subscribes, throw your name down in the chat. I'll throw your name in my notes. And when I trade full time, anybody that's new that aren't one of y'all will have to pay for the course. And you guys will be locked in for life. So just make sure to follow those steps. Because what I'm showing you here has a price to it. And right now, I'm not full time in, so it's free right now. My goal is 10 years. I'm 5 years in, and realistically, I'm looking this year to go full time. Every goal that I've set in Forex, I've hit halfway. I'm at the halfway point. So like my first goal of money was 7,000, and I got it to 12 in a day, and that was my second year in trading NAS. Was back here. It's post-COVID. So right here we see COVID. Bam. Essentially during this uptrend right here, I swear. And a quick lesson right here, we have previous resistance, new support. This new support is the area of liquidity that price came in taken out. Alright. We're going to have to de-risk, I think. Yeah, we're going to have to de-risk. We're margins so high right now. We don't see any buy up from this area. Like I've been said, we can see a touch to the equilibrium again. We have these relative equal highs to take out. And we see the wicks right here becoming validated by these closing candles. So by how I'm over leveraged, I kind of jumped the gun on as far as leveraging. Because I might be a little too over leveraged. If I see it hit a certain point, I'll de-risk. Which I said earlier would be breaking below this point. You can look at this and be like, oh, it's a double top. I don't really, yeah it is, but I don't consider it a bearish double top. They're equal highs. Bearish double top would be looking something like this. I'm gonna it's right to the point where I want to de-risk, but we'll see. But it would look like this. So a bearish double top would be like something like this. This high is lower than this high. But if we look right here, it's just like this, like McDonald's. And on top of that, we have this going on because these closed out above here. We still haven't invalidated the equilibrium. For all fairness, if we break below this, we can see a touch equilibrium within this breakout like this. Right here. So yeah, now it's time to de-risk. See our margin. Come like this. Oh, can't go too soon and break below it, but yep, I'm seeing that wick right there. If we don't get positive reaction after this, just de-risk. I'm de-risking. The margin is like all the way up there. We created relative equal lows. Relative equal highs. Price wants to take them out. Yeah, let's see where margins are at. Yep, we're getting positive reaction off that zone, so I'm going to take a toke for that. I'll bring you guys with. Ooh, yeah. We gotta de-risk right now. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, we gotta de-risk right now. My bad, guys. Bam. We de-risked. Alright. Like I said before I walked away from the stream, that if we get a break below that, like we're seeing right now, we'll get a touch of that equilibrium. So from the looks of it, it looks like that's what we're getting. We had to be careful knowing that market opened. We had it pull one way. Now it's going the other, so we don't want to be manipulated. All right. Vape seating up. We're back. Now if price right here like went like above here and then rejected like this, I'd be worried. But trendline liquidity can look like this, but with these candles closing out higher than these wicks, and what do we see right here? Bottom, this breakout, top. I'm gonna make it more specific, but right here we can see price staying within 50% range. We had to, went over there and took a toke. We had to sadly de-risk and close one of the fat ones out. No, we partially closed. We partially closed. Which ain't no big deal. When you over leverage, you have to do that. How you guys doing today? Throw it down in the chat and I'll respond. It's maybe the first stream ever we don't get any chats. But I'm still here for you guys. That doesn't change the fact that we're legendary and you guys are part of something in the very, very, very early stages as far as the channel. I mean, 250,000 views at 12. You guys can only imagine what we're shooting for now. Price has not still filled this gap. We would like price to fill this gap. I'm going to throw this sucker to the side. And we're going to check out the Bitcoin trades. I made the Bitcoin mental trade. I'm not taking any like real trades off of it. I'm just I had a projection and we're going to follow up with it. And this is still sitting fine, y'all. I'll keep you updated. Yeah, I'm looking for Bitcoin within this 50% range, which is still in, to bounce down from it and continue down. We're still looking to fill the gap on NAS. So far, since we just had to de-risk in the fees, it's like $1 loss, but with the fees like $3, that's nothing. Because we would have been stopped out by now. Just taking its time. If you guys want to, here, I've been doing this a lot more often because like throughout like the 7 years, I already see these things as I'm just looking at the chart, but you guys will get there too. But until then, this is what's keeping me in the trade. We're sitting real good staying within here, but if we get within here and don't get a reaction, we leave. If we get a reaction, we stay depending on how good the reaction is. From the looks of it, if I were to explain what it's doing, it looks like it's just having an overall uptrend with a tick of liquidity right now. And liquidity lies outside of resistance, so we're taking liquidity. Kind of like this right here. Good reaction. And look how crazy this is. Look at this line. Look, we can even see within just this candle. It's crazy how this shit works. Within just this candle. On the 1 minute. Literally price bouncing back up just off of the 50% in that candle. Price closed out a bullish engulfing candle above these wicks and validating them. Now this looks a little iffy now. But look, we're still in our favor. Like I said, it's invalidating these wicks and it's just still bullish engulfing. This candle is bigger than this one. What we're seeing right now is manipulation. We anticipate on this trade to hit for $200,000. No, that's what I'm gonna do. Okay. Look, that still ain't nothing to a pimp, because look. Look what we got here. Look at the big picture. That's telling you what price wants to do before it does it. As we tap into the 50%, we can see that we're still over leveraged, so that's okay because we're just at the 50. Right now we see a reaction of this right here. I need to put like the little thing up here. I'll do that next stream to grab these faster, but look. Old resistance. Due to market structure, the old resistance becomes new support. We have a touch of equilibrium at the same time. We have the breakthrough and the retest happening right now. If we get a positive reaction off that, go do a shot. I'm also blow my nose right quick. I'm fucking cold at the moment. Sorry for that noise. I was about to mute it, but we don't have the time for that right now. We're gonna begin the macros. We're gonna begin the macros of fucking London here shortly. So we ain't got no time for that. Look at that. That's crazy. Look at the equity. It's at 4 buckaroonies. If equilibrium wasn't right here and old resistance, I would have already de-risked, but we're approaching that zone. We're looking for price to react off of this zone. And realistically, it was risked up a little too high, but now we created relative equal highs right here with these candles closing bullish, thus invalidating these wicks. We're going to take out these relative equal highs, possibly create a bullish fair value gap, and head to TP up here. Those were 4 confluences, and the 5th would be this gap. After TP, I'm personally going to leave till New York, but after TP, damn, it's real close to. Here's the daily, so TP is pretty close. So, but after we hit TP right here, that would be a take a liquidity on the daily, which lies outside of the resistance, and then we'll head to the downside on the daily. I'd be looking for shorts around here. But right now, what I really do like to trade is that grab of liquidity, that take of liquidity, then to the other side. But I'll take that quick trade, which is that grab of liquidity before the main push of the trend. Alright, like I said, if we get a reaction off this zone, positive reaction, I'm going to take a shot. So we do. And I believe it's still going to remain positive. So I'm going to take a shot for you guys. Be right back. What's up, party people? Fuck's popping. Yeah. Yeah, we Gucci. So it's just to take a liquidity. Bam. Bet that scared y'all. That's what it's meant to do. Ain't scaring me. I was honestly hoping for this, for the swipe of liquidity now, or our move to the upside is valid. Price cannot physically move. Price cannot physically move up without grabbing liquidity. Whatever you do, don't margin as high as I am. I'm margining extremely high, but I have pretty precise entries. Can't get me a new vape. This bitch tasting like shit. Hits it again. That's a clip right there. See? That's why I didn't close it out, and look what we have. Touch equilibrium. What is equilibrium, you may ask? You take this area to this area, it's half of that, 50%. So you can see right here. We're just waiting. Price just came down and grabbed liquidity at equilibrium, that's all. Looking to fill this gap right here and target these highs. These highs right there. Just kind of like what happened here, see? Bam, swiped highs, came down. Very good textbook liquidity grab. Added back to price. And right here, we're having price trick people into going short, but in all actuality, we'll have a true touch of equilibrium once we hit this line. But since I'm at 130% margin use, usually around this time is when I'll de-risk a little more. But we'll see what the price does right here. Yeah, we're at way too high of margin use for comfortability. So, yeah, let me de-risk on that more. Bam, now touching equilibrium. Right now. We have margin a little higher in NAD1 again. So, and we're at the equilibrium that I was talking about, and the higher time frame equilibrium. Damn. Yeah, it looks like it may be a losing night for me. If we don't get a reaction in the equilibrium, yeah. I over leveraged, definitely. Yeah. Shouldn't have leveraged so high, because guarantee we're going to be fine. Yeah, now we'll close it out, and we'll call that just a losing night. But actually, we'll keep the trades in. I'm not considering this losing night. We're going to fill that gap for sure. It's too close to that gap not to fill, so as needed, I'll de-risk, but we'll keep this in. And we'll try to get at least like 20, 30 out of it for tomorrow market open and go live for you guys then. See. It's heading in our direction. We just over leveraged, that's all. So lesson learned on your guys is a lesson that can be received from you guys is just don't over leverage. See. That's all tonight was, just over leveraging, but ultimately we're gonna have price head in our direction. So we'll end up, but not, we'll end up like 80% lower of up that we would have. So we'll call it a night, and we'll leave these in, and you guys have